Hello everyone, my name is Jaybird and welcome back to AIRIS. Oh my god, what's going on with my voice? So today we're going to do Kylan. We're going to do the first ending and then we'll do the rest later. But we're gonna start. And we can just skip. Yep, we're just gonna skip. We're going to insist on asking the other vassals in the guild. No, even though Lyle may have a point, I have to take this risk. I need to know what's happening to me. The memory of Teddy's fearful voice as she tries to wake me earlier flashes across my mind and I swallow hard. I need to know. No, Lyle, we shouldn't keep this matter to ourselves. I think there's a good chance other people besides us are suffering from the same symptoms of whatever this is, and perhaps one of them would have more of an idea of what is plaguing us. Perhaps we can get an answer. What if they don't? What makes you think anyone knows anything more than we do, or that anyone else is going through the same problem as us? We would be risking our reputation and careers for nothing. I bite my lip, letting my arm fall away from Lyle's. It's a risk we have to take. I need to know what's happening to me, Lyle. Besides, even if there's no one else suffering from the same blackouts, which I highly doubt is the case anyway, don't you think we have a duty to warn the others? We have sworn to protect the country and protect the people of AIRIS. If this is a new sort of sickness, we cannot keep this to ourselves. Lyle falls silent, but their face betrays a desire to speak, to disagree with me further, perhaps. Still, Lyle merely sighs after a moment and spreads their hands in front of them with a shrug. I can't possibly stop you anyway, can I? You'd never budge as soon as it involves protecting other people. Relieved that I don't have to argue with my best friend anymore, I flush Lyle an impish grin. I just take my job seriously. Instead of cracking a rueful smile like I expected them to, Lyle only shrugs and sighs yet again. This time I'm certain that Lyle is avoiding my eyes on purpose. Disconcerted by Lyle's strange demeanor, I turn away and stretch my arms above my head, realizing that some of my earlier fatigue has faded during our conversation. Still looking away from them, I tip my head in the direction of the guild hall. So, shall we go to the guild hall? There's no time like the present, right? Right, if you want to. Pretending not to notice the lack of enthusiasm in their distracted answer, I give them a warm smile. You coming? No, I'm afraid not. I have somewhere I need to be. An urgent matter. I raise an eyebrow, crossing my arms in front of my chest. Oh? You didn't mention that when you stopped me in the middle of the street to talk. Yes. Yeah, we can just skip all that. Listen, if anyone asks, can you pretend this conversation never happened? Evra's brows furrow in confusion, but she agrees readily with a small nod. Of course. What's going on, Alia? If you run into some sort of trouble, you can tell me, you know. I tried my best to help. Her genuine concern brings a real smile to my face, and I touch her arm lightly in gratitude. It's nothing like that, Evie, but thank you. It's good to know that you have my back. With one last grateful smile, I leave her table and head towards the quiet corner of the guild hall, wanting to get as far away from the searching eyes of the stranger as possible. Not a single person out of the dozens I've asked in the guild hall have any idea what I was talking about. With a heavy sigh down my beard in one gulp and slammed the empty glass back onto the table, pushing myself to my feet. Troubled? Mother of... Who the hell are you? Do you have a habit of sneaking up on people? I spin around to stare in anger at the cause of my near heart attack, but I falter at the sight of the stranger from earlier. It's him! The weird guy who probably overheard what I was saying to Evra. What does he want? My stomach begins to tie itself into knots, and I instinctively take a step back, my back bumping into the corner of the table. His gaze darts to my back and friendly, reassuring smile that Shaylin. Yeah, we already know this. We're gonna hear him out. Crossing my arms in front of my chest, I slide him a suspicious look out of the corner of my eyes. I'm listening. Carla, we can just skip all this. We don't care, blah 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 blah. I don't mind trying new things. Contrary to my expectations, Kylan breaks out into an easy grin and nods. I respect those with an open mind. Very well. Then, I'll do my best to help. But first you'll have to tell me everything you can about your problem. Symptoms, when it began, what you think triggered it, everything you can think of. La 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 la. I can only hope everything turns out well, and that I didn't make the wrong choice to trust him. Oh, trust me, you didn't. We're gonna keep on skipping on. Just gonna keep on skipping. Surprised, I can't help but look at Kylan in a new light. Huh, I didn't expect him to be this spontaneous type. I guess I still have a lot to learn about him. Really? Guess you're an impulsive idiot like Alien. I thought you were the only one here with a brain. Hey! We're supposed to say, it's impossible to forget our past. If I close my eyes, I can still hear the desperate screams and cries. Smell the choking, thick smoke. See the dancing red flames consuming the... No. Not right now. With great effort, I managed to shove the memory away, tucking it back into the little box of dark thoughts in the corner of my mind. You're right, of course. Silence falls over us, and I duck my head, taking a bite for my sandwich. We could just skip all this. This guy really is growing on me. This strange guy is really growing on me. Hey, I didn't offer you free drinks, just Evera. Ouch, we're not comrades too. Nope, we only fought together once or twice. You don't deserve that title yet. Kylan bursts out laughing, shooting me a mock-wounded look. Then never mind, I suppose I won't tell you about my research progress then. All humor immediately drains away and I lean forward, eager to hear Kylan's report. What is it? Did you find anything? Kylan shakes his head, an apologetic look on his face, then digs out a small bottle and slides it over to me. What's this? You finished the potion? Yes, drink it. A flash of humor crosses his face, and he winks. I promise it's not going to kill you. Will it cure the problem? No, unfortunately not. At best, this will just lessen the frequency of your symptoms. I swirl the clear liquid in the bottle around, slightly hesitant to drink some unknown potion. Yeah, we can just skip all this. It's not that I'm afraid Kylan would poison me. I trust him. But what if Kylan messes it up accidentally? Or he was mistaken as to the effect of the potion. I can't help but worry. Whatever. Oh, okay, and we're supposed to look for Kylan first. And then... Okay. We're gonna save here. That's where we're supposed to create this first save. I have faith in Lyle's abilities. I'm sure they would be perfectly fine. Ever should be in good hands with so many healers around to tend to the injured. Kylan, on the other hand... I sweep my gaze around the area, but there's no sign of Kylan at all. Maybe he didn't come to the battle? He is a retired vassal after all. Yes, I'm sure he's fine back at the guild hall. Perhaps he'll be assisting the aftermath of the battle with some healing potions. Still, I can't stop my stomach from churning in worry. What if... He did say he'll meet me at the fight. Damn it! He has a shoulder injury and hasn't been in a war of this scale in years. I should have been by his side to cover his back and help him out when he needs it. Or not have asked him to come with me in the first place. My concern growing, I stumble forward, hoping to go in search of Kylan to make sure he's unhurt. Hey, you! What did I say about not moving? Your legs are wobbling! Sit back down before you fall and injure yourself further! I tried to brush him off, but in my weakened state, I'm unable to extricate myself from his surprisingly strong grasp. No, I need to find someone. Whoever it is can't be in worse shape than you. You need to rest. I tried to protest, but the healer holds his hand out towards me, mumbling a few words under his breath. Almost instantly, I can feel a wave of sleepiness overcome me. I can barely manage a few strings of curses in his direction, making him chuckle before I once again collapse to the ground. You dick. Darkness envelops me, and I have no choice but to succumb to it. I can only hope he's all right. Oh. You certain you haven't seen him around? Drunk guild member. Glass, I told ya I haven't. Do you know her huge... I can't help but wince a little when the man suddenly raised his voice to shout, waving his hand to catch the attention of the person tending to the bar area. Another round of drinks! Make it quick! Eyeing the wasted warrior with disdain, I shake my head slightly. What kind of vassal is he if he's already getting drunk so early in the morning? It's no use asking him for information on Kylan. I won't be able to get anything out of this drunkard, if he even knows anything. With a resigned sigh, I pushed my chair back from the table and scrambled to my feet. Well, thanks anyway. Have a good day. Teddy lifts her head when I return to our table, her tongue darting out slightly to lick at her mouth.
Oh, you're back already? Any luck?
I can only shake my head without a word as I slide into my seat and reach for my drink, only to realize it's almost empty. I narrow my eyes at the little thief of a bear who just widens her eyes innocently.
What?
Teddy, did you steal my drink?
Of course not. It's not stealing if I own half of the coins you used to buy this drink. After all, I took part in that quest with you, you know? I deserve at least half of the gold reward you got.
You did nothing but follow me around complaining about the heat but not being a good mix with your thick fur. Can bears even drink alcohol?
Why not? It tastes good.
Rolling my eyes at the way Teddy licks her mouth again, I let out an exasperated sigh and gulped down the remaining drink. Teddy gauges my unhappy expression with intelligent dark eyes.
Still no sign of that strange inventor guy?
Yeah. It's been over a week already. I really hope Kylan is alright.
Why do you even care about him? You've only known him for a few weeks, no?
Yes, I haven't known him long, but we're friends, Teddy. He's put in a lot of effort to help me, and feeling slightly embarrassed to admit it, I give a small shrug. I see some of myself in him. He's nice to be around. Teddy gives me a sly look, but doesn't comment when I slide her a warning glare. Instead, she yawns lazily, resting her head on the table.
Well, I'm sure he's fine. Remember how you were worried about Lyle too, but they turned up just fine a few days later? Something about being sent to check on the surrounding small villages to make sure the villages are safe.
That's different. I know Lyle can handle himself. Plus, I figured Lyle must have a valid reason for being away. Now, Kylan, on the other hand, what reason could he have for disappearing for a whole week? I've asked around, and everyone says he lurks around the guild hall daily. It's unlike him to not show his face in here at all for a week. Teddy opens one eye, peering at me without much concern.
Do you still think he was killed in a battle or dragged off to the rave's nest or something? You know, he probably didn't even turn up to the battle at all. He's a scholar now, not a warrior. He probably has his own reasons for not being around. Lost in his research, perhaps.
I can only let out a non-committal hum, unsure how to explain to Teddy the ominous feeling in my gut. Ominous, ominous. I know what Teddy's thinking. She's right. This is irrational, I know that. Of course I know that. I just can't get rid of the knot in my stomach and the increasingly terrifying possible scenarios playing in my mind. I let out a frustrated groan, my head falling into my palms. Better into your palms than in your food.
Either way, there's no use thinking about it. Stop being such a worrywart all the time, Amelia.
Teddy prods my arm with her paw, eliciting a tired smile from me. Yes, yes, master, your wish is my command. Teddy sniffs and turns her head slightly to the side, shooting me a glance out of the corner of her eyes.
Like you ever listen to me.
With a haughty lift of her head, Teddy jumps down from her chair and takes a few steps towards the door before turning back to me with an urging look.
Come on. We said we'd meet Lyle at the town border at noon, remember? We need to hurry.
Sliding one last glance at the tables in the right corner of the guild hall where I had last seen Kylan, I let out a loud exhale and nod, picking up my sword from the table. All right, let's go. There you are. I was just beginning to wonder if you'd forgotten our agreement. I slowed to a halt, leaning against a tree to catch my breath for a moment. Sorry, lost track of time. Next to me, Teddy rises. Fuck, I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid. Teddy rises to two hind legs to face Lyle, a pat on her face.
She was asking around the guild hall about Kylan again. Would have forgotten about the quest if it weren't for me.
I shoot Teddy a glare for tattling on me before averting my gaze, knowing the disapproving expression I'd see on Lyle's face. Alia, you've still been looking for him? I crossed my arms in front of my chest, feeling strangely defensive. Yes, he's my friend. He's done nothing but help me as much as he can. Has he really? The unfamiliar, sardonic tone of Lyle's voice makes my gaze dart to them, but Lyle quickly looks away. What's that supposed to mean? Lyle opens their mouth, looking like they want to say something but stop themselves at the last moment. I think Lyle likes us. Nothing. Lyle, are you keeping something from me again? Lyle likes you. A pinch appears in between Lyle's eyebrows, and they avoid my eyes, pressing their lips tightly together. No, I don't want to argue with you about this. Just be careful of him when he returns. Ah, okay. We're supposed to say, I'm just doing the right thing and looking out for a friend. At the look on Lyle's face, I raise a hand to stop them from speaking until I'm done with what I want to say. I know you don't like him or trust him, but he is a friend to us. He helped me, so of course I'm going to care about him and worry about his safety. It's only right. Lyle folds their arms in front of their chest, muttering under their breath. Well, you shouldn't. I don't think I'm gonna get to the ending in this episode today, guys. I think I'm gonna split this up because this is all new stuff. So that's obviously gonna take longer to get through because I don't want to skip all this, you know. But whatever. Lyle, it's our duty to protect the people of this land. All people, including Kylan. Once again, a strange look crosses Lyle's face, one that I recognize as Lyle is itching to say something they aren't supposed to. What? Say it. Lyle's expression turns sour, and it appears as though they end up swallowing the words on the tip of their tongue with great effort. Nothing. You wouldn't believe me no matter what I say anyway, so please don't ask. I don't want to argue with you. You'll see soon enough anyway. Frowning at their cryptic words, I open my mouth to urge for an explanation, but Lyle's closed-off expression makes me hesitate It makes me hesitate. Let's just move on, shall we? The stray goblins and imps won't kill themselves. Kill yourself. I continue staring at Lyle, who is still decidedly avoiding my gaze. For a second, I almost feel wary of them, of how different Lyle has been lately, of the way they can't seem to meet me in the eyes or give me a straight answer to any of my questions. I push the doubts away. No, this is Lyle. I've known them for years. I trust them with my life. Whatever Lyle is keeping from me, I'm sure they are doing it for a good reason. They'll tell me in time. Fine, you can lead the way. Giving me a faint smile, Lyle turns and begins walking towards the forest. I hesitate again, sliding a glance at Teddy, who has been suspiciously quiet this entire time, and just watching our exchange in silence. She gives me a small nod, which I take as encouragement to follow Lyle, and with a sigh I do. One's lurking in the bush at 10 o'clock, and I think there might be more than one hiding up the tree to my right. Well, I'm gonna end this episode here. We'll get to the ending probably next episode, and if not next episode, the episode after that. I'll probably make next episode really long. It would have to be an hour long to get through all of this, because this is all new stuff. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed this episode of AIRIS, leave a like down below, leave a comment down below, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't, ring that notification bell, and remember, die safely. Bye-bye!